While we're spending hundreds on supplements and superfoods, our Viking ancestors had access to nutritional powerhouses growing right outside their doors. These weren't just survival foods. They were medicine, nutrition, and practical tools all rolled into one. Today, we're rediscovering 16 forgotten Viking superplants that put modern health trends to shame. Yarrow, the Viking battlefield surgeon, Achillea millefolium, even its scientific name honors Achilles, who supposedly used it to heal his warriors. Vikings called it nosebleed plant, but that humble name barely scratches the surface of this remarkable herb's capabilities. Viking warriors carried dried yarrow in their battle packs, not just for wounds, but as a complete medical kit. They'd chew fresh leaves to stop internal bleeding, brew tea from dried flowers to reduce fever, and pack wounds with crushed stems to prevent infection. Archaeological evidence from Viking settlements shows yarrow seeds in nearly every household storage area. This wasn't occasional use. This was daily medicine. Modern research validates what Vikings knew instinctively. Yarrow contains over 120 active compounds, including anti-inflammatory sesquiterpene lactones and antimicrobial flavonoids. Studies show it reduces bleeding time by up to 35% and has antibacterial properties stronger than many commercial antiseptics. The plant's achillane compound actually helps blood vessels constrict, explaining its legendary wound-healing reputation. Today, you can grow yarrow in any sunny spot with poor soil. It actually thrives in conditions that kill other plants. Plant seeds in spring, space them 12 inches, 30 centimeters apart, and you'll have a perennial medicine chest that returns stronger each year. Harvest flowers when fully open, dry them in bundles, and store in airtight containers for year-round use. Juniper, nature's hand sanitizer. Juniperus communis berries were the Vikings' secret weapon against disease and spoilage. While we're obsessing over alcohol-based sanitizers, Vikings had something better, and it grew on trees throughout Scandinavia. Vikings used juniper berries to preserve meat during long sea voyages, flavored their ale with them, and burned juniper branches to purify their homes. They understood that these small blue berries could prevent the stomach sickness that killed more warriors than battle wounds. Viking women would chew juniper berries during childbirth, believing they prevented infection. And modern science proves they were absolutely right. The berries contain powerful antimicrobial compounds called monoterpenes, particularly alpha-pinene and myrcene. Research shows juniper extract kills 99.9% of harmful bacteria, including E. coli and salmonella. It's also loaded with antioxidants, containing more vitamin C per ounce than oranges, and powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce arthritis pain by up to 40% in clinical studies. Growing juniper is surprisingly easy. Plant young shrubs in well-draining soil with full sun exposure. Space them 6 feet, 1.8 meters apart. They'll grow slowly, but live for centuries. Female plants produce berries after 3 to 4 years. Harvest berries when they turn blue-black, typically in late summer. Use them fresh in cooking or dry them for long-term storage as natural preservatives and medicine. Sea buckthorn, the Viking vitamin balm. Hippophae rhamnoids. Vikings called it the shining berry, and one taste explains why. These bright orange berries pack more nutrition than any modern superfood, containing 12 times more vitamin C than oranges and omega fatty acids that put expensive fish oil supplements to shame. Viking coastal communities built their entire winter nutrition strategy around sea buckthorn. They'd harvest berries by the bushel, pressing them into concentrated juice that prevented scurvy during months-long sea voyages. Archaeological evidence shows Vikings traded sea buckthorn products as far south as Constantinople. This wasn't just food, it was liquid gold that kept entire communities healthy through brutal winters. Modern nutritional analysis reveals why Vikings prized these berries so highly. Sea buckthorn contains over 190 bioactive compounds, including rare omega-7 fatty acids that promote heart health and skin regeneration. Studies show regular consumption reduces inflammation markers by 45%, improves immune function, and accelerates wound healing. The berries also contain natural palmitoleic acid, which helps regulate blood sugar and supports healthy weight management. You can grow sea buckthorn in most climates. It's incredibly hardy and actually prefers poor, sandy soil. Plant both male and female shrubs, 1 male for every 6 to 8 females, in full sun, spacing them 8 feet, 2.4 meters apart. Berries ripen in late summer and can be harvested by cutting entire branches and freezing them. The berries fall off easily when frozen, making collection simple. Enjoying raiding the past with us? Then consider using YouTube's new feature and hype this video. It really helps a small channel like mine get more views and allows me to create more content. To hype the video, on your mobile device, swipe left on the comment preview carousel until the option to hype the video surfaces, or tap, and the carousel will change to show the option to hype. Your support helps a ton. Now back to the plants the Vikings grew that we have forgotten about. Ground elder, the forgotten superfood. Aegopodium podagraria, what we curse as an invasive weed, Vikings celebrated as bishop's weed and considered it more valuable than gold. This humble plant contains more nutrients per leaf than spinach, kale, and arugula combined. Vikings cultivated ground elder in monastery gardens and wild patches near settlements. They ate young leaves raw in spring, cooked mature leaves like spinach, and dried them for winter nutrition. Viking explorers carried ground elder seeds to new territories, establishing it wherever they settled. The plant's ability to grow in shade and poor soil made it perfect for northern climates where other vegetables struggled. Modern nutritional analysis shows ground elder contains exceptional levels of vitamin C, potassium, and carotenoids. It has 3 times more iron than spinach and contains unique compounds called coumarins that have anti-inflammatory and blood-thinning properties. Research indicates regular consumption can reduce arthritis symptoms and improve circulation, explaining why Vikings remained active well into old age. Growing ground elder is almost too easy, spreads rapidly, and tolerates any soil condition. Plant it in contained areas, or it will take over your garden. Harvest young leaves in early spring when they're most tender, before flowers appear. The leaves can be eaten raw in salads, sautéed like spinach, or dried for winter use. Just remember, a little goes a long way with this nutritional powerhouse. Fat hen, the Viking spinach superior, Chenopodium album. Vikings knew this plant as melde and considered it superior to any cultivated green. Modern analysis proves they were right. Fat hen contains more protein, iron, and calcium than spinach, with a complete amino acid profile that rivals quinoa. Viking settlements show evidence of fat hen cultivation in dedicated garden plots. They harvested young leaves throughout the growing season, collected seeds in autumn for winter protein, and used the entire plant. Nothing was wasted. Archaeological seed remains suggest Vikings selectively bred fat hen for larger leaves and more abundant seed production, making them among history's earliest plant breeders. The nutritional profile of fat hen is staggering. It contains 4.2 grams of protein per 100 grams of leaves, nearly double that of spinach. The seeds are 16% protein and contain all essential amino acids. Modern studies show fat hen has higher levels of vitamins A, C, and K than most cultivated vegetables, plus significant amounts of magnesium, potassium, and iron. Fat hen grows easily in any garden soil and actually prefers disturbed ground. Sow seeds in early spring, thin seedlings to 6 inches, 15 centimeters apart, and harvest leaves when plants are 6 to 8 inches, 15 to 20 centimeters tall. The plants will regrow after cutting, providing multiple harvests. Seeds ripen in late summer and can be ground into flour or cooked like quinoa. Nettle, the stinging superfood. Urtica dioica, Vikings called it the great healer and built entire meals around this stinging plant. What seems like nature's cruel joke is actually one of the most nutritious plants on Earth, containing more protein than most beans and enough iron to cure anemia. Vikings harvested nettles with leather gloves, using every part of the plant. Young leaves became nutritious soup. Mature stems were processed into strong fiber for rope and cloth, and roots were brewed into medicine for joint pain. Viking warriors drank nettle tea before battle, believing it increased strength and endurance. Modern science confirms it actually does boost energy and reduce fatigue. Nettle contains 25% protein by dry weight, more than most legumes. It's loaded with iron, calcium, potassium, and vitamins A, C, and K. Research shows nettle extract reduces inflammation, supports prostate health, and helps regulate blood sugar. The plant also contains natural antihistamines that relieve allergies. Ironic for something that causes such intense stinging when fresh. Growing nettles requires caution, but rewards patience. Plant in rich, moist soil in partial shade, giving them plenty of space. They spread aggressively. Harvest young leaves in spring using thick gloves and scissors, cutting stems 4 inches, 10 centimeters, above ground. Cooking or drying eliminates the sting completely. Steam like spinach, dry for tea, or blend into smoothies for an incredible nutritional boost. Wild garlic, nature's antibiotic. Allium ursinum. Vikings called it bear's garlic because they observed bears eating it after winter hibernation. This woodland plant provided Vikings with natural antibiotics centuries before penicillin, keeping communities healthy through disease outbreaks that devastated other populations. Viking settlements near forests always included wild garlic patches. They ate fresh leaves in spring, pickled bulbs for winter storage, and used the plant medicinally for everything from wound infections to digestive problems. Archaeological evidence shows wild garlic remains in Viking food storage areas across Scandinavia, indicating systematic cultivation and preservation. Wild garlic contains allicin, the same compound that makes regular garlic medicinally powerful, but in higher concentrations. Studies show it has stronger antibacterial properties than cultivated garlic, effectively fighting resistant bacteria strains. It also contains significant levels of vitamin C, manganese, and sulfur compounds that support liver detoxification and cardiovascular health. Wild garlic thrives in shaded, moist areas with rich soil. Plant bulbs in autumn 4 inches, 10 centimeters deep, and 6 inches, 15 centimeters apart. The plants will naturalize and spread, creating carpets of edible leaves each spring. Harvest leaves before flowers appear for the best flavor. Use fresh in cooking, make into pesto, or preserve in olive oil for year-round use. Plantain, the Viking band-aid. Plantago major. Vikings called it white man's footprint because it grew wherever they traveled. This common weed was their portable first aid kit, capable of stopping bleeding, reducing inflammation, and preventing infection better than most modern treatments. Vikings chewed fresh plantain leaves to create natural bandages for cuts and wounds. They dried leaves for winter medicine, made poultices for burns and stings, and brewed tea for digestive problems. The plant's ability to grow in compacted soil made it available everywhere Vikings traveled, from ship decks to mountain paths. Modern research validates plantain's remarkable healing properties. It contains allantoin, a compound that accelerates cell regeneration and wound healing. Studies show plantain extract reduces healing time by up to 50% and has anti-inflammatory effects comparable to hydrocortisone. The leaves also contain natural antibiotics that prevent wound infections. Plantain grows everywhere: lawns, sidewalk cracks, disturbed soil. It's virtually indestructible and available year-round in most climates. Harvest clean leaves anytime, wash thoroughly, and use fresh for wounds or dry for tea. Chew fresh leaves to release healing compounds, then apply directly to cuts or insect bites. The relief is almost immediate, and healing accelerates dramatically. Angelica, the Holy Ghost root. Angelica archangelica. Vikings considered this towering herb sacred, believing it was given by angels to protect against plague and evil spirits. While the supernatural claims were questionable, Angelica's ability to prevent scurvy and boost immunity during long winters was absolutely real. Vikings cultivated Angelica in monastery gardens and wild meadows, using every part of the plant. They candied the stems for winter treats loaded with vitamin C, brewed roots into medicinal tea, and burned dried leaves to purify air in sick rooms. The plant's impressive size, up to 8 feet, 2.4 meters tall, made it a landmark in Viking settlements. Angelica contains exceptional levels of vitamin C, essential oils with antimicrobial properties, and unique compounds called coumarins that improve circulation and reduce inflammation. Modern studies show Angelica extract has antiviral properties, supports respiratory health, and helps regulate blood sugar. The plant also contains natural compounds that aid digestion and reduce anxiety. Growing Angelica requires patience. It's biennial, taking 2 years to flower and set seed. Plant seeds in rich, moist soil in partial shade, spacing them 3 feet, 90 centimeters apart. Harvest roots in autumn of the second year, stems in late spring, and leaves throughout the growing season. The plant self-seeds readily, ensuring continuous harvests once established. Elderberry, the immune system guardian. Sambucus canadensis. Vikings called elderberry the medicine chest of the people, and built their winter health strategy around these dark purple berries. Modern research proves they were onto something. Elderberry is one of nature's most powerful immune system boosters. Viking communities planted elder trees near settlements and tended them like precious crops. They made elderberry wine for celebrations and medicine, cooked berries into syrup for winter colds, and used flowers for fever reduction. The tree's rapid growth and prolific berry production made them essential for community health and nutrition. Elderberries contain more antioxidants than blueberries, cranberries, and blackberries combined. They're loaded with anthocyanins, compounds that reduce inflammation and support immune function. Clinical studies show elderberry extract reduces cold and flu duration by up to 4 days and decreases symptom severity by 50%. The berries also contain significant levels of vitamin C, fiber, and potassium. Elder trees grow quickly in most soil conditions, preferring moist areas with full to partial sun. Plant saplings 6 feet, 1.8 meters, apart. They'll reach full size in 3 to 4 years. Harvest berries when clusters are fully dark purple, typically in late summer. Remove berries from stems before use. The stems contain compounds that can cause digestive upset. Cook berries into syrup, jam, or wine for maximum benefit. Cloudberry the Arctic gold, Rubus chamemoris. Vikings called these orange berries Highland gold and considered them more valuable than actual gold during harsh northern winters. These rare berries contain 4 times more vitamin C than oranges, and unique omega fatty acids found nowhere else in nature. Cloudberries grew wild in Viking territories across northern Scandinavia, ripening for just a few weeks each summer. Vikings organized entire expeditions to harvest them, preserving berries in honey or fermenting them into wine. The berries' extreme rarity and incredible nutritional density made them reserved for chiefs, pregnant women, and sick community members. Modern analysis reveals why Vikings prized cloudberries so highly. They contain exceptional levels of vitamin C, vitamin E, and ellagic acid, a powerful antioxidant that fights cancer and supports heart health. The berries also contain unique omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in perfect ratios for human health. Studies show regular cloudberry consumption reduces inflammation, supports brain function, and may extend lifespan. Cloudberries are challenging to cultivate, requiring specific soil conditions and cold winters. They grow best in acidic, boggy soil with excellent drainage. Plant divisions in early spring, spacing them 2 feet, 60 centimeters, apart. The plants are dioecious. You need both male and female plants for berry production. Harvest berries when they turn from red to orange, typically in midsummer. Wood sorrel, the sour grass medicine. Oxalis acatosella. Vikings called it sour grass and chewed it like natural candy while traveling. This small woodland plant provided essential vitamin C during spring months, when other fresh foods were scarce, preventing scurvy and boosting energy after long winters. Vikings found wood sorrel growing in forest understories throughout their territories. They ate fresh leaves as trail snacks, added them to soups for tangy flavor, and taught children to identify the distinctive 3-leaflet pattern. The plant's sour taste made it appealing to young Vikings, ensuring they got essential nutrients while exploring forests. Wood sorrel contains more vitamin C per gram than citrus fruits, plus significant levels of potassium, iron, and unique organic acids that aid digestion. The plant's oxalic acid gives it the characteristic sour taste while providing antimicrobial benefits. Modern studies show wood sorrel extract has anti-inflammatory properties and may help regulate blood sugar levels. Wood sorrel grows naturally in shaded, moist areas with rich soil. It spreads by underground rhizomes and self-seeding, creating natural carpets in suitable locations. Harvest leaves and flowers throughout the growing season, using them fresh in salads or as garnishes. The plant is best consumed in moderation due to oxalic acid content. A few leaves daily provides benefits without concerns. Orach, the salt-loving superfood. Atriplex hortensis. Vikings cultivated this salt-tolerant plant in coastal areas where other vegetables failed. Orach thrived in sandy, salty soil and provided essential minerals that kept Viking sailors healthy during long ocean voyages. Viking coastal settlements show evidence of extensive Orach cultivation in dedicated garden plots near the shore. They harvested young leaves throughout the growing season, collected seeds for winter protein, and used the plant's natural salt content to preserve other foods. The plant's ability to concentrate minerals from salty soil made it invaluable for communities dependent on sea travel. Orach contains exceptional levels of minerals, particularly potassium, magnesium, and iron. It has higher protein content than most leafy greens and contains all essential amino acids. The plant naturally concentrates beneficial minerals while filtering out harmful salts, making it a perfect food for people living near oceans. Modern studies show Orach consumption supports electrolyte balance and cardiovascular health. Orach grows easily in poor, salty soil that kills other plants. Sow seeds in early spring, thinning seedlings to 12 inches, 30 centimeters apart. The plants tolerate drought and salt spray, making them perfect for coastal gardens. Harvest young leaves when plants are 6 to 8 inches, 15 to 20 centimeters, tall. They'll regrow after cutting. Seeds ripen in late summer and can be ground into nutritious flour. Samphire. The sea asparagus, Salicornia europaea. Vikings called it sea pickle and harvested it from salt marshes and rocky shores. This succulent plant provided essential minerals and vitamins that prevented deficiency diseases during long sea voyages when fresh vegetables were impossible to store. Vikings collected samphire during low tides, recognizing its value as both food and medicine. They ate it fresh, pickled it in seawater for preservation, and used it to treat scurvy and joint pain. The plant's high mineral content and natural salt made it perfect for preserving other foods and maintaining electrolyte balance during physical exertion. Samphire contains exceptional levels of sodium, potassium, and iodine, minerals essential for thyroid function and cellular health. It's also rich in vitamin C, beta-carotene, and unique compounds that support kidney function and reduce inflammation. Modern research shows samphire consumption helps regulate blood pressure and supports healthy metabolism. Samphire grows wild in salt marshes and can be cultivated in containers with salt water. Collect seeds from wild plants in autumn and sow in sandy, salty soil. The plants need regular saltwater irrigation. Mix 1 tablespoon sea salt per quart of water. Harvest young, tender shoots in late spring and early summer before they become woody. Use fresh in salads or pickle for long-term storage. Woad, the blue medicine, Isatis tinctoria. While famous for producing blue dye for Viking war paint, woad was equally valued as medicine. This remarkable plant contains compounds that fight infection, reduce inflammation, and support immune function better than many modern pharmaceuticals. Vikings cultivated woad in dedicated plots, using leaves for dye and medicine. They made poultices from fresh leaves to treat wounds, brewed dried leaves into tea for fever and infection, and used woad preparations to treat respiratory problems. The plant's dual purpose as dye and medicine made it one of the most valuable crops in Viking settlements. Woad contains powerful antimicrobial compounds called glucosinolates, which break down into infection-fighting chemicals when the plant is crushed. Modern studies show woad extract has antiviral properties effective against influenza and other respiratory viruses. The plant also contains anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce pain and swelling more effectively than aspirin. Woad is easy to grow in most garden soils, preferring full sun and good drainage. Sow seeds in early spring, thinning seedlings to 12 inches, 30 centimeters, apart. Harvest leaves in the first year for maximum medicinal potency. Second-year plants focus energy on flower and seed production. Fresh leaves can be used immediately for wound treatment, or dried and stored for tea and other preparations. Hemp, the complete plant, Cannabis sativa. Vikings used hemp for everything from ship sails to superfood nutrition. The seeds provided complete protein, with all essential amino acids, while the fiber created the strongest ropes and cloth available in the medieval world. Archaeological evidence shows hemp cultivation throughout Viking territories, with seeds found in food storage areas and fiber remains in textile workshops. Vikings pressed hemp seeds for oil, ground them into flour, and ate them whole for nutrition. The plant's incredible versatility made it essential for both survival and trade. Viking merchants carried hemp products across Europe and beyond. Hemp seeds contain 31% protein, with all essential amino acids in perfect ratios for human nutrition. They're rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, gamma-linolenic acid, and minerals including iron, zinc, and magnesium. Modern studies show hemp seed consumption supports heart health, reduces inflammation, and provides sustained energy without blood sugar spikes. Hemp grows easily in most climates, preferring well-drained soil and full sun. Plant seeds after last frost, spacing them 4 inches, 10 centimeters, apart in rows 7 feet, 2.1 meters, apart. The plants grow quickly, reaching 6 to 16 feet, 1.8 to 4.9 meters tall. Harvest seeds when they're plump and dark, typically 16 weeks after planting. The seeds can be eaten raw, ground into flour, or pressed for oil. These 16 Viking superplants represent more than forgotten foods. They're a complete health system that sustained one of history's most successful civilizations. What's remarkable is how accessible these plants remain today. Most grow easily in modern gardens. Many are already growing wild around you, and all offer benefits that put expensive supplements to shame. Your Viking ancestors knew something we're just rediscovering. The best medicine grows right outside your door.